Marine Cabirou, though a former winner here 2 years ago.
And what a return from Marine.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago, she broke her back in Le Tuile with a huge crash, and today
23.9 seconds at the fourth split.
To come back here in France, a location she's won at before. Fabian mentioned that she gave her that pep talk this morning to step into her warrior fighting capabilities. And look at this, she's 23 seconds up already.
Yep, hammering it. Cabirou, 10 UCI World Cup wins to her name. Is going to go in the hot seat by the look of things here. She rounds the wall ride for Canyon Collective. A win earlier this season. Cabirou, 24.5 seconds faster. Camille Balanche closes her eyes. Deep breath. Leaves the start hut in Léger. 1,120 days since her last World Cup win. Will want to put that right today for Yeti Fox, that squad that she signed for. 7/10 the third split for Camille Balanche. She enters this really steep entry into the right-hand berm that's caused so much havoc here over the years. Josh, they have done a load of work on this corner to try and make it slightly more rideable, but it's still absolutely insane through there, isn't it?
It's insane. You can see how much dirt has just been drug up and on top of the track here. She's 0.9 back, and on a course like this with a big off-camber to come, Nico mentioned before this last BMX section, in this mud, in these conditions, it's so hard. You're at the end of your run. She's already 4.5 minutes down, and now she has to pedal and push and fight over these last couple of jumps.
And upwards of 9 kilograms of mud on the bike and the rider themselves. And it changes the whole dynamics of the thing and makes it that bit tougher, Nico, as we see Balanche go round that gap jump.
Yeah, that much tougher, and at the end of the run when she's as exhausted as she's going to be, having to get on the pedals and pump those jumps, it's really tough.
There comes Camille Balanche then down towards the finish line, exits the wall ride, crosses it and goes second. 1.7 seconds behind Cabirou, so as a marker, that was a good time from Cabirou. Two-tenths of a second out the second split for Gloria Scarzi. Really improving, not 9/10 off that in a very short space of time.
And it is a tough one, actually. Like enduro, you still need the commitment our down her riders need. Like this, you have to be full gas here. The hesitation may be from the unpredictability of the track and the conditions, but the commitment needs to be there. So if you can be committed but prepared to let the bike dance, we've mentioned this multiple times now, let it dance underneath you and stay relaxed, it can really pay off. And potentially stay calm at the top. She was 1.8 back, 1.3 back, but now she's bringing it back, and in the lower section, the split 2, split 3, we've seen so much time be lost or made.
Skates her way through there really nicely, staying nice and light on the pedals, but determined with her inputs. And we are seeing on our screen the booth, that last third split was green by half a second, so Scarzi goes for that really high entry. Super high there, Nico.
Really high, maybe a little higher than she wanted to, got stood up a little bit, but just going for that wider line to kind of open up the turn so she can widen the arc and carry more speed around it.
So the third split, Scarzi was half a second to the good. What is the fourth split going to tell us as she rockets her way down towards the finish line? Oh, she's moved back, Josh. 1.3 seconds back now for the Italian.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of... She maybe got a bit held up in that lower right-hand corner here. She was looking really good through the woods up above. She does have this big start straight to go. We've seen the other athletes starting to jump the jumps, so potentially she can use this to her advantage to finish this run off. It's been a good run so far.
Will definitely be a danger woman next week at the UCI World Championships in Champery. Really steep physical track, just as Gloria Scarzi likes them. Today not going to be her day, but there is some time up there at the third split. Heads around the wall right. Here comes Gloria Scarzi of MS Racing, crosses the line and goes into third place. 2.9 seconds. Solid run, Nico. Gracie Hemstreet, no stone unturned in the search for speed. She heads towards the second split here.
It looks like she's got a nice, tall, stiff setup. We've heard of a few riders this week going for a stiffer setup, so it sits up a little bit more in the mud, bounces through the roots. There's no grip there, so you need to sit up. You need to have that suspension support to get you through the holes and not get bogged down.
Greg Menard watching on at the bottom, team manager of Norco Race Division. Enjoying the new role, enjoying watching Gracie Hemstreet
Half a second. It's all to play for in the second half here.
Here we go.
Come on, Gracie.
Gracie into the really, really steep bit where you feel this track will naturally suit her. Nico, she's got to push the boat out here a second faster, though it's split two. Here she goes into this rut that took out Nina Hoffman earlier this afternoon. 0.2 of a second back now. It's yo-yoing back and forth between Cabirou and Hemstreet. Oh, a bit of opposite luck from Hemstreet. Staying high there. Really, really neatly done, Nico.
Yeah, Gracie's one of the lightest riders in the field, too. So maybe some of these flatter sections is where she's losing a bit, and then she's going to bring it back in the steeper sections like we're seeing now. The more technical it is, normally the better for Gracie.
Cabirou, Balanche, Scarzy, Seagrave, Jonset, the top 5 so far. Can this woman slot herself in right at the very, very top of it? Gracie Hemstreet on her run here, looking good.
Using every single inch of track. This is where that lighter setup, that stiff setup will help. In the slop, she's got to come down and exit this corner well. Get the high line.
Does nicely there, doesn't go too high. Oh, just has to
stall in that turn.
Yeah, it just looks like you're really, really risking almost going too high into that corner, and then that's what stands you up in it.
She's back up.
She's back up by 0.2 of a second.
Come on, Gracie.
On her way towards the hot seat here in Leger.
She's got to hit this section perfect, carry as much speed as she can, because she might lose it being a lighter rider across this flat section.
We also know one of the best whenever it comes to getting the bike off the ground in the business. Gracie Hemstreet, is she heading towards her third win of the season here in Leger? What a place to take it as well. Really, really neatly done round that first one. Round the second one, still pedaling, no, carrying good speed. Oh, it just cases that last one, 0.2 of a second. Is this going to be enough? Is that going to cost her her third win of the season? Gracie Hemstreet crossed the line and goes fastest by a second.
Wow, 1 second up. You could visibly see the speed she carried through the bottom.
Valentina Hall sets off. She won that World Championship title, one of them, in 2022. She was 5th here last year. She leads the overall, but still no win in 2025. One quali by a huge margin, as I say yesterday, Josh.
Yeah, she grabbed it by the scruff of the neck yesterday. It is a wild scenario that Valley Hall has not won this year. She has been at home recharging, probably the healthiest Valley that we've seen, but there is a bit of turbulence with a team scenario, so she's here racing for herself, racing for her future.
We interviewed her earlier in the week, and she said, in her estimation, she's riding the most consistently and the best she's ever done. That's why she's top of the heap. There is Gunnar from the YT mob. Whoa, really, really aggressive.
Even more aggressive, as you just said. Like, she's been so consistent this season, but this weekend she's turned a new leaf as far as turning up the pace a little bit and being more aggressive on the bike.
Here we go. She's faster by 1.6 seconds. Valentina Hall.
Whoa, she's just threading the needle through the trees.
Really fast through there.
Feet up through the ruts. That's really tough to do.
Right, 2.8 into this wood. She gets through the high line there, over the tree roots.
178 beats per minute now in zone 4.
Feet off. We've heard so many riders this week mention how difficult it is to get your feet back in. So what we saw before was great. She has to hold it on into this lower open woods.
2.8 seconds at the third split. Here we go. High consequence alley through here for Valentina Hall. Where's she going to go? Has to take a foot off the wrong side, gets it back on again, bit of counter steering, gets round the corner. It's getting so chopped up through there now.
If she can get out of this turn and get this road gap nicely, I think she's going to be home free.
One of the first riders we've seen take the outside line.
0.7 of a second back off the time off Gracie Hemstreet. Valentina Hall all of a sudden into the red. I didn't see where the mistake was, Nico, but she's in trouble now.
So the deciding factor here is going to be this last jump section. One of the more straightforward parts of the track, but it all comes down to this.
It is all coming down to this, indeed. Valentina Hall, just one more section left through these jumps. Josh, if she can nail all these, she doesn't, she goes round them.
Yeah, we saw Gracie go round him. You can carry a little bit more speed through it, takes the risk out, but she's lost 3.2 seconds.
Is this going to be Valentina Hall's first win of 2025? Or is it going to be Gracie Hemstreet making it a treble? Here comes the Austrian. Valentina Hall down the line, crosses it, and goes third, 2.7 seconds slower. Hemstreet wins in Leger. Gracie Hemstreet. You have to take your hat off to what this young woman is accomplishing in 2025.